Did you ever ask yourself if there are big sound differences between the different DI boxes and preamps that you get on the market? My name is Hervé Jeanne. I'm a bass player and a sound engineer, and I was often in a situation where I ask myself which DI box, which preamp should I use when I'm recording the pickup of an acoustic bass or an electric bass. So I decided to make a test for my String Metrics channel. And I did it the same way as I did some microphone tests a couple of years ago. So I will show you the sounds of different DI boxes and preamps without telling you what it is. You will only see some numbers, and I want you to tell me which one you liked best without knowing which device you heard. So let me now show you the setup for this test and which devices I used. So here you can see my upright bass. It's a Höfner with a Balserite pickup. And here you can see the two electric basses that I'm going to use. One is a 77 jazz bass, a Fender. And the other one is a P bass, but not a Fender Precision. It's a bass by G&L, but it has the typical P bass sound that we all love. Let's take a look at the DI boxes. From the left you see a Klark Teknik. It's a stereo DI box, but that doesn't matter. Then you can see two DI boxes which look very similar to one another. One of them is a Palmer Active DI. The other one is a no-name passive DI box. I found it important to include some passive DI boxes because, as you will hear, they don't work well with the piezo pickups of double basses. Then we have the EBS Stanley Clarke Signature Acoustic Preamp, which is a very popular preamp among bass players. And then we have the Vintage Revolution Acoustic Box, which I could borrow from a friend of mine. And then we have a DI box by a brand called Monkey Banana. I actually don't know if they still exist. And this DI box is called Banana DI. Next we have another passive DI. It's a stereo passive DI by IMG Stageline. So I plugged the instruments, of course, in the DIs, and from there I went into an RME Interface UFX interface. Actually, I found it also very interesting to connect the instruments directly to the interface because there is a high Z input. So you are also going to hear this possibility. From there we are going into my Logic 9 DAW. So let's now listen to these DIs. We will start with the double bass. And please excuse me that I didn't film myself when I did the recordings. Actually, I was very curious to hear the sounds and I didn't have the patience to install the camera. And now let's check the Fender Jazz Bass. And now let's hear the precision style G&L bass. So what's your opinion? One thing that we found out is that the passive DIs are really a problem when used with a piezo pickup of an acoustic bass. Actually, one of the two, if you crank up the gain, would be possible to use if you really don't have any other possibility, but it didn't sound too good. The other one didn't work at all. For me, actually, I thought that the differences between these DI boxes weren't too big. Now, I didn't have some really very expensive stuff here. My idea would be to do a new test in a couple of weeks where I will compare the winners of this test with some much more expensive gear. Another interesting thing that I observed was that the Stanley Clarke signature preamp kind of mellowed the sound of the instruments, especially of the acoustic bass, which is in many situations really nice to get a nicer pickup sound. But maybe there are some situations where you would want to have the grip or the slightly harsher sound of the other DI boxes. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Okay, so that was it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. If yes, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and you can also support me via PayPal or Ko-fi. I really would appreciate any help that would come this way. Thank you very much and see you again very soon. Bye bye.